Why men were really upset about Love in Deep Space. This has a 99% like ratio, 140,000 views on a 5K channel, and this is called Gender War. I think we're about to get a female perspective on why they think men were upset. Let's see.
Or hey, welcome to my channel everyone, I'm the Global Cherry and we'll be discussing this today. Before we begin, subscribe, like the video, and enjoy the show.
No, I'm not going to subscribe to a product before I've tasted it. I want to be impressed. I'll let you know if you've earned my sub or not. I never like and subscribe at the beginning. I wait to see if I was thoroughly impressed, and then I will check the subscribe and the alert box for all notifications. We will see.
You, don't pinch me.
Morty! What the fuck?
I took a step back and found myself revisiting a long-buried genre from my dark past, Tectone games. During my cringy teenage years, I had my fair share of dating sims, like Mystic Messenger.
I'm glad I don't know what this is.
I'd sit in the dark listening to calls from 2D RFA men with a completely deadpan look. But as I began my true gaming journey, I left that world behind until one fateful day, a friend whispered to me about Love in Deep Space. I swore I never returned to that life again. I had goals to achieve, responsibilities to uphold, children to care for. Me,
really?
I'm the child.
Even if you wanted to sell your soul, you still have to find someone who can pay the price.
Fight in your arms tonight!
And then I caved. This game's file unzipped, and so did my dignity.
We're getting there. Absolutely. Man, a game that you can jerk off to in 2025. We don't have anything like that for us men. Now we have to hope the character looks good. That way the porn artist can make something good. There's not really any true gooner game on the market right now. It's embarrassing.
This game amassed a staggering 10 million downloads in just a week and cemented itself as one of Japan's most downloaded mobile games, raking in $500 million. Curiosity killed the cat, and I had to find out why. Love in Deep Space is a visually stunning Chinese Tectone game from Paper Games, the same company that created Shining Nikki. You step into the role of a hunter with evil.
The name is Infinity Nikki, you dumbass. Blocked.
Powers, tasked with eliminating deadly creatures known as wanderers that threaten the city. But you're not alone. 5 romanceable love interests stand by your side. Xavier, Zane, Silas, Caleb, and Raphael, each with their own compelling...
Let's be real, Silas is the only one that anybody gives a fuck about. Can we all just root ourselves in reality here?
Stories and date scenarios. You also fight alongside them, resonating in battle through fast-paced Final Fantasy-like combat. While certain gacha games make you equip gear, this game lets you pull wishes for your favorite Lees and memories with them. You can even show your affection for them by tenderly shaking the life out of them and even breathing on them.
Look me in the eyes and tell me what you're planning.
I ate garlic bread 2 minutes ago. The game also offers a variety of mini-games, from the claw machines and kitty cards to deep space trials and bounty hunts.
Why don't we have a Love in Deep Space for men? Like, straight up. Bro, I'd be playing that shit nonstop. I'd be slapping my dick on the screen. Being like, yo, baby, can you smell that? That is fucking gross. Anyways, I'll be putting my dick inside the USB port, bro, for added immersion.
Plus, there's a photo studio where you can snap pics with your love interest. As the game, initially designed for women, gained popularity, a group of men began to disparage it, calling it a gooner game. This stemmed from a newly added feature, a tracker that monitors a woman's cycle. During your cycle, the characters offer...
No, it was a gooner game before. The period tracker just adds to the fantasy that women don't need real men, right? It was an additive, right? It's a sum of its parts.
For comforting dialogue. Not gonna lie, I'm not sure if it's a sign I'm getting old, but I had to look up what gooner meant. Turns out it meant explicit activities. It was a bit strange to see that feature in a game, but it didn't seem harmful. I track mine on the side, so it didn't feel that abnormal to me.
I'm not gonna lie, this chick using this many cat reacts makes me really like this channel.
Struck me as even more odd was that a portion of the male demographic was upset about it, particularly a creator named Tectone.
Wait, I'm in this? That's me! That's me, bro! That's my ass! Oh, shit! Okay, I love this dude! Okay, hell yeah! All right, let's see it.
Who labeled the game as explicit based on that one feature.
No. No, no. No, no, no. No, 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 no. That is not what I did. Let's read the tweet. Mrs. Shining Nikki. Didn't do your research now, did you, buddy boy? Let's read this real quick. A message to every woman. A gooner game isn't just an over-sexualized game. It's also a game that attempts to farm parasocials to feel like the video game characters and video game characters care and understand you more than those in real life. So yes, LADS adding a period tracker feature is for gooners. Shut the fuck up with y'all trying to act like y'all different. The game was already a gooner game, and that added to the icing of the cake. That is not what made the game for gooners. That was just another feature on top of another mountain of features that is an attempt to appeal to women to think these men care more about me than the men in my real life, which is very gooner-esque. Now, let's continue. But I don't like that mischaracterization there. You should have done your research, buddy boy.
Explicit based on that one feature. It
Nope.
wasn't the Valentine's Day banners or the recent spicy cards that made him reach that conclusion. It was a woman's
Yes, it was.
time of the month that drove him to tweet with the urgency of a man on a mission.
That was additive. It was additive. Because there was a bunch of bullshit going on behind the scenes. It was additive on top of it. This is a huge reach. An enormous reach.
The main story is pretty.
I've been saying this game's for gooners for forever. Let's fact check this real quick. Right? Hold up. Let's fact check this. Where are we at? Where are we at here? This is made on February 2nd, 2025. Now hold up. I've been covering Love in Deep Space and what's been going on with this at minimum a half a year. That one was last month. This one has been over half a year. I've been covering Love in Deep Space, saying it's a blatant gooner game, and these women trying to act like men who are playing things for gooners are bad, but them playing shit for gooners are good. I'm just pointing out the hypocrisy. So let's fix that real quick, because that is not what happened. So let's just, none of this revisionist history bullshit. Let's keep ourselves rooted here. I'm going to give you a pass. It's okay, but that is not what I did.
Story is pretty tame with a surprisingly dark and emotional story, and the relationships you build with characters are based more on connection than intimacy. And while it's free to play, the monetized gacha is where you see more intimate elements, but honestly that's pretty normal for a romance game. I began to understand why this game has
Yeah, so the majority of romance games that are going this explicit are for gooners. Just because porn normally has sex in it doesn't mean that it's not for gooners. Just like romance games that usually have high tension sexual scenes don't make it not for gooners. Now let's continue.
so many downloads. Everyone in the game is gorgeous, and you feel what it's like to be a stunning, desired woman.
Yeah, aka you're living the fantasy that gooners dream of. Do you know what a gooner is? Let's pull it up. Gooner is a slang term for a foolish or stupid person. Gooner is internet slang that repeatedly refers to pleasuring oneself to the point of sexual ecstasy. So, being desired in the male eyes, being understood by video game characters, that makes you a horny idiot. Yeah, that's what a gooner is. And if that's not what a gooner is, then y'all tell me how Zenless Zone Zero is a gooner game. Because I promise you, if you call Zenless Zone Zero a gooner game, you can't not call Love in Deep Space a gooner game. All right? Let's just bring it back here real quick. Now notice, Global Cherry, I have not insulted you a single time. I'm just asking you to correct your misinformation. Okay? Also, Global Cherry, I want you to notice, guys, I want no one to go after this woman. I want no one to harass her. I don't want to see no Twitter post about how I was a bully on your video. I think this shit is quite funny. However, I do think you are critically misinformed. Critically. And before you decide you want to make a follow-up video or make a Twitter post, because this is what these people do, would love to talk one-on-one sometime on stream. Would love to. And we can talk it out. But it's very, very, very simple.
And look, I'm not pretending the spicy content isn't there. No one plays Love in Deep Space just to play kitty cards with Xavier and Silas. If you played Lads, we know damn well that we're pulling for the same banner. Even I pulled for a Silas and Xavier nightly rendezvous card for research purposes.
I'll do anything, I'll do whatever it takes to...
But at the end of the day, anyone can appreciate a fun game. I've even seen plenty of guys enjoying this, and that's great the community is increasing.
Yeah, and these two guys look gay as fuck. Yeah, I wonder why they're enjoying it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, because this shit's for gooners, bro. Ain't nobody gonna go look at Silas BDSM skin as a straight man and say, oh, dude, this game's fucking epic, dude. Oh, man, makes me fulfill my male fantasy, dude.
What isn't great is shaming people for liking this game and lumping this with lowly gachas, unless of course
When the fuck did anybody do that? When were people doing that? Whoa. When are people doing that?
isn't great is shaming people for liking this game and lumping this with lowly gachas, unless of course you're like Drake and like them young. Meanwhile, a portion of the male demographic argue that if they get flagged for enjoying
Who did that? The conversation was between Love in Deep Space and Zenless Zone Zero. The f*** are you talking about?
gooner content, then women should face the same scrutiny for indulging in digital romances. But the
Sure.
real question is, why does anyone care? These types of
Oh, why does anyone care? Okay, because straight white men or straight men are often criticized and held to standards that no one else is being held to. Yep. And they'll say, well, a straight guy did this and it's bad, but a straight woman did this and it's good. And that's just the truth. Now, you can deny that that happens, but you're wrong. And men feel like the hypocritical treatment enrages them because it just feels unfair. And I think it's fine if someone gets upset if they feel like they're being treated unfairly. It's that simple.
games have been around
I'm sure you've seen thousands of posts shaming men for being horny, and you've maybe seen one or two shaming women for being horny. And that's just the truth.
for a while, so it's no surprise that women now have games catering to the massive female market in the gacha industry. Both women and men are known for their strong loyalty to their passions, whether it be K-pop groups, or their favorite sports team, or their passion for Yu-Gi-Oh cards, often becoming dedicated collectors of fan merchandise. And these lads men were clearly created with a distinct female gaze. Let people play the games they want. If you want to fight for democracy, play Helldivers 2. If you
Great
want
game.
to embrace the way of the samurai, play Ghost of Tsushima. It's ridiculous.
You know, I want to give this chick a massive pass because I really think that she doesn't actually know what she's talking about in this regard for this topic. I think she heavily underprepared for this video, hence why she said I had to look up what a gooner was. I think this is a reactionary take, and I'm taking no offense to anything being said in this video. I think it's just coming from a place of uninformedness and not malice. So I'm okay with this video 100%. So I think this chick's fine. I hope nobody's angry on this chick on my behalf or horrifically mischaracterizing me, but that's absolutely a-okay. That's fine. I'm not really worried about it. It's a small channel too. Don't worry about it.
Ridiculous that both sides feel the need to judge each other over enjoying power fantasy stories. Men
Yeah, I just really feel like she just doesn't get it, and that's okay. I would love to explain anytime.
and women can be attracted to characters. That's what games do. I have a friend who's into
Nobody's
Claire
arguing
Redfield,
against
and I'm not
that.
judging them. I know she's pretty. Leon would be relieved that someone volunteered to continue the Redfield bloodline. Somehow this ongoing argument escalated on Twitter, with people claiming that these games make players incapable of functioning in society. Like a single game is going to tank Asia's birth rates to zero, and
No, so that's what they've been saying to men for years. And now that men are saying that to women, they're freaking the fuck out. So that's what the conversation is about, is that these women don't get that all we're doing is showing them the mirror, and oh boy, are they getting angry.
then, of course, it escalated further, with people saying this game is ruining women for men because it raises their standards to the moon. A tweet from Captain Cabinets argued that these games are so predatory towards lonely women that they make them reject real-life relationships in favor of a parasocial bond. Unless you're the guy who literally married a cardboard cutout, it's really not that deep. That said, no one should settle
I don't know why Kate said that. That's okay, though.
for someone they don't actually like just because they're lonely. And if you're paranoid like me,
That has nothing to do with me. Captain Refrigerator, she can defend her own take. That's not for me to distinguish. That's fine.
Meeting up with a stranger isn't exactly ideal. Your night with Jake from State Farm could easily turn into a night with Jason Voorhees if you're not careful. But let's be real, this game isn't ruining lives or hurting anyone. This reminded me of the time I was playing Assassin's Creed Origins at a relative's house, and they asked me, how could I ever be a good mother or a good wife if all I ever do is assassinate targets? First of all, relax. I'm protecting the hidden ones for Anubis. In romance games, the character is supposed to be more understanding, and if that brings someone comfort, that's completely fine. It's not like enjoying a fictional character stops you from having normal conversations and asking people how their day was. And
We all get this. We're just saying that women were saying that it makes us crazy. So now we're just saying that women, it makes y'all crazy, right? We're just showing them the mirror. Everybody with a brain understands this.
men and women both have the right to reject partners they don't think are a good match. Blaming virtual
Yeah, we all already know this.
men for real-life rejection is just a foolish excuse. The hard truth? Sometimes we just don't like that person in that way. And yeah, that hurts, but that's okay. Rejection
Everybody
is a
already
right,
knows
not
this.
an obstacle fueled by video game characters. As for ruining standards, this game is simply doing what games are meant to do, making players feel attached to a character. We love a good story, but that doesn't mean we actually want to be kidnapped by an attractive billionaire arsonist with an obsessive fixation on us. What followed was a wave
Yeah, we
of
all know
anger of
this.
Lats fans arguing that men just don't like seeing them happy, and that real men can't compete with virtual ones. Like, how did we go from a cycle tracker to this? At the end of the day, if a game makes you happy, that's a positive thing, not a reason to tear others down over it. Would I play Last
Yeah, we all already know this.
Valentine's Day event in front of a group of children? No, but let's be real. There's no need for toxicity over what games people choose to play. Lads is just one of many games designed for women. And guess what? We find people attractive. Newsflash. It's human nature. Let's just accept that.
Yeah, this is like one of those things where like this person is trying to pretend like other people are in opposition, but everybody who watched this already agrees to all this. This is the really big disconnect, and this is why it's insane how this has less than a 1% dislike ratio, because this creator is arguing things that nobody ever said anything against and acting like it's this like massive grandstand. Nobody thinks otherwise. We all already get this. Nobody's arguing against this.
And move on. I'm a simp. You might be a simp. It's okay. We can simp together.
Absolutely. Me and this chick are saying the same thing.
At the end of the day, gaming is an escape into fantasy for all of us, and there's nothing wrong with that. In the end, the lesson here is simple. Respect others and don't make them feel ashamed of their hobbies. Just like the respect and kindness you all have showed in my videos, and I will always be grateful.
Right, so what you just said is what women need to hear because they've been making men feel like shit for years. So once again, this video that everybody's agreeing with, just understand, I've been saying the exact same thing. Like, this is the exact point I was making.
Grateful to each and every one of you. So what are your thoughts on this controversy? Should people be judged by certain games they play? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. That is all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and hit that.
Yeah, if you play Genshin Impact, you're gay as fuck. I really hope Global Cherry sees this video because that's insane to me. This video makes me feel not crazy because I knew that people were just disagreeing because I said it. It's kind of the same thing with Genizad, where I will say one thing that everybody will agree with, but they'll all say, no, I disagree. Then Genizad will say the same thing, and they'll go, dude, true. And I'm like, what the fuck? Well, great. Women, hopefully you now realize, let's stop being hypocritical. Great. Great video. See you in the next one. Hit me up if you want to talk, Cherry.